Hot picks, we're focusing here on companies with a substantial market cap. They're not mega caps. We're joined by Amber Fairbanks, portfolio manager at Impax Asset Management. Amber, thank you very much for giving us the time.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
The first name that's caught your eye, you think it offers potential, is American Tower. Why is that?
Yeah, I think with American Tower, you have increasing technological advances. So things like 5G and Internet of Things really driving data consumption. So if you look at AMT's tower footprint and data center business, it just positions them well for this data proliferation. I think they have a very defensive business model with a durable competitive advantage. There's just not a lot of new cell phone towers being built. And then from a valuation perspective, there's some interest rate sensitivity given their debt levels, so they'll benefit from declining interest rates. And from an adjusted funds from operation perspective, the multiple's attractive here. We think AFFO growth can accelerate into the telecom investment cycle.
Right. They have a yield of about 3%, and it looks like they have a policy of increasing it fairly regularly, the dividend.
Yes, exactly. They tend to pay that out to shareholders to the extent they can.
Duolingo, I always think I should try to learn more languages to try to keep my brain cells alive. But you say this company is growing rapidly?
Oh, incredibly rapidly. I mean, it's just a really fun language learning app. I've been doing Spanish now for something like 900 days. But essentially, they've gamified learning a language. So they have about 140 million active users, and they've been growing their daily average users at about a 50% clip.
Wow.
But this still only represents about 7% of the total number of people globally learning a language. Also, a lot of their users weren't learning a language before. So we really think the total addressable market is much more sizable than the market realizes. If you ask the company, they'll tell you their competitors are any app that you spend enough time on your phone. So TikTok or Instagram, for example. So it's also a really great example of a company that's using AI to make their product much better and drive innovation, leading to more subscribers and higher engagement levels.
Now, sorry, Amber. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. I missed that. Did you say you've tried it, Duolingo, yourself, or have you had a chat?
I have a 920-day streak in Spanish. So I've been doing it for 920 days.
And is it your Spanish is improving, I take it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how fluent I am, but it's a lot of fun to actually try to learn a language.
Now you've got me curious. And then finally, eBay. Of course, they've been around since a long time, since the dot-com bubble. They're still trundling along. Wow, the stock up 40% in the past year.
Yeah, I think eBay is probably the least sexy name in e-commerce, and that's what makes it interesting. I think the management team is now really focusing on what they're good at, the used and refurbished goods, and categories where they can add value, so things like auto parts. And they've seen some really decent progress with these initiatives that we think can continue to drive gross merchandise value growth. We think investors aren't fully pricing this into the investment. Additionally, they generate about 7% free cash flow yield and return all of their free cash flow to shareholders through buyback and through paying a dividend. So we just continue to see the value of the company is underestimated by the market, despite the strong stock price appreciation that we've seen.
And sorry, you said that they've been refocusing on their core, which is used goods?
Used goods, as well as value-added categories, so things like auto parts, for example, as well as their enthusiast buyers. So they're trying to increase share of wallet through their enthusiast buyers. So just a lot of really strong initiatives that are bearing fruit.
And a yield of about 1.7%. Thank you very much indeed, Amber.
My pleasure.
Amber Fairbanks, portfolio manager at Impax Asset Management. Let's have another look at